never seen this before. Hi, my name is Hannah, and if you think you know everything about Star Wars, well, you are in for a special treat. The new documentary on Disney Plus, Light and Magic, gives us a fascinating new look into things we've never seen before. So if you're on the fence about this show, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you should definitely watch this documentary. The first reason is the way it's actually told. It's directed by Lawrence Kasdan, who is a renowned director and creative, and he makes a fantastic way of making this documentary a bit more than just a factual documentary. What I like to kind of call it is a factual narrative. It kind of has this story that rolls on from one episode to another, but it makes for this kind of fantastical, magical adventure, which I guess is kind of the story of ILM anyway. They kind of combine the old footage from when they were creating the original trilogy with new interviews and commentary today of all the same creatives of Phil Tippett, Joe Johnston, Richard Edlund, Dennis Muren, and all those other amazing creatives. The most interesting part of how they tell the story is actually how unfiltered they are. They tell of the ups and downs of the actual company. They don't just go, yes, it was all amazing. They actually are pretty real with their experiences and sometimes how difficult it was to work with George Lucas, and there was hardships to it. And I think that made for a really authentic watch. Point number 2 is kind of a lead-off point number 1, where we get new comments from all these amazing creatives, yes, but we most importantly get new comments from George Lucas. Now, this is most incredible because we don't really see him speaking about Star Wars or even speaking to the media a lot these days. The series even opens with him speaking, and he continues to make comments all throughout the 6 episodes. Now, a lot of what he says, we kind of already know the experience of, but there's a few key comments in his interviews where we've never heard him say these things before. It's just kind of satisfying for a Star Wars fan to see George Lucas speaking again. You know, he was the creator. He invented all this. And even though this isn't a Star Wars documentary, it's an ILM documentary, which is heavily seeded in the creation of Star Wars. The third reason you should absolutely watch this series is because the amount of new footage we get in this series. Somehow, after almost 50 years of this franchise, we still get new footage, and I don't know how or where it's been. Now, there has been many Star Wars documentaries over the time, and I've watched a lot of them, so I kind of got a bit of an ego, and I thought I knew everything about the making of Star Wars, but there was so much imagery in this that I have never seen before, and it was fascinating. And constantly, every 10 minutes or so, I would be like, I have never seen this before. You know, let alone it being a good documentary. It was actually interesting because there was things I haven't seen before. This series is a really deep and engaging story of the whole existence of ILM, and it really does show how this company, which was made from kind of this ragtag group of creatives that George put together, really did influence the whole way media is made and how film is made. So if you're a creative of any type, I definitely recommend watching this documentary. It shows us the creative process in a really interesting way. It shows us the hardships and the failures and the mistakes you have to make along the way to actually get to where you want to be. And for Star Wars fans that want to know every single detail of Star Wars, this is your show. There are comments and footage in here that have never been anywhere else. So if you want to know every detail, this is where you're going to find it. Plus, George Lucas is in this show like an incredible amount. It is insane the amount of George Lucas content we get in this. That's my review of the Light and Magic series on Disney Plus. I definitely recommend you go and watch it. And once you do, come back in the comments and let me know what you thought of the series. Now, if you want to catch me live here on the RaeSide, you can do that every Monday, 7 p.m. PST, or that's Tuesday, 12 p.m. for Australians. We go live eating things, making things, building things, everything to do with Star Wars. It is a live Star Wars variety show. So make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, and as always choose the RaeSide.